Could there be a pyramid older than the Great Pyramid of Egypt? Today, we journey deep into the heart of Indonesia to explore a discovery that could rewrite human history. Our guest is Professor Dr. Danny Hilman Natawidjaja, senior geologist, researcher, and the lead scientist behind the groundbreaking studies of Gunung Padang, a mysterious mythological site in West Java, with evidence suggesting this ancient structure could be more than 20,000 years old, predating even the Great Pyramid of Giza. Dr. Natawidjaja's work challenges what we thought we knew about the dawn of civilization. His research using cutting-edge technology from groundbreaking penetrating radar to advanced dating techniques revealing hidden layers, complex construction, and the story that may stretch back to a forgotten chapter of humanity's past. Well, get ready for a fascinating conversation about science, controversy, and the enduring mystery of one of the world's oldest monuments. I'm Tony Sweet with Truth Be Told. Please welcome to the Truth Be Told studios for the first time, Professor Dr. Danny Hilman Natawidjaja. Well, hello. Thank you so much for zooming all the way in from across the world. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So can you tell me where exactly do you live?
I live in Bandung. Bandung is the capital city of West Java in Indonesia.
Nice. And
about a couple hundred kilometers from Jakarta.
Nice. I love it. And, well, you know, a lot of people that has tuned in today and has tuned into my show, majority of the time we talk a lot about Egypt, the Mayan temples. We don't really talk much about Indonesia and to the Asian countries, which is very surprising because they have so many pyramids and temples that are quite old. And so for our listeners new to this site, how would you describe Gunung
Padang?
Gunung Padang. And
Gunung
why
is a mount. Yeah,
and why is it considered so extraordinary in the archaeological world?
Yeah, I think the major discovery is the age of that construction. So it's an advanced structures, means like it's not a primitive structures. It's quite big.
Right.
Gunung Padang is like 20 to 30 meters thick of the man-made layer construction.
Wow.
Of stones, columnar joint stones. And the age of the oldest layer is more than 16,000 years ago. So I think that is the most controversial one because, I mean, the pyramid structure is everywhere. But the age, like right now, is the oldest, I would say.
So, you know, I know that it's very controversial because even in Egypt, when people say the Great Pyramid, you know, is up to 25,000 years old, people instantly say they're wrong, you know, so there's a lot of controversy around the date that you're saying. So why is it so controversial?
I wouldn't call it a scientific controversy because the controversy is just in the mass media. But if you ask, maybe if I ask you or ask people, what is the actually dispute of that? What is the scientific dispute? People said, I don't know. I just heard in the mass media there's some controversy from these people and that people. But that's the, what I call it. So we have a research. Maybe like we are the only groups that really doing a very comprehensive research in Gunung Padang, and we have published it. It's retracted. I know it's a controversy also, but nobody else did the same. There is no publication that could be controversy our findings. Or the scientific controversy should be the scientific finding controversy with the other findings, but I'm the only one. And we have lots of evidence, and it has been described in our papers, in our seminars, but the other opinion that against us never really state what what is evidence that back up their opinion, or there's no publication also. So
yeah.
it's just an opinion.
So what first drew you to this site, and when did you first realize, because I'm sure when you've heard about the site, you went to visit the site, and you've heard other people's theories and other people's thoughts on the site. When did you realize that it was far older than what people were saying?
Yeah, in 2011, before we researched it, Gunung Padang is like really unheard. Not many people knows it, and just unnoticed.
Right.
And I noticed Gunung Padang. I'm an earthquake geologist. Earthquake geologist has to be like very good in observing the landscape, the morphology, because the earthquake geology has to map the active faults, and it's based on the morphological evidence. So in the geomorphologist has to know like details of the landscape connected to the process, the geological process. So if there is an anomaly in morphology, we should know it. Yeah, so that's how we find Gunung Padang. So in 2010, 2011, I have a research. I do mapping on one of the major active faults in Indonesia, in West Java. It's called Cimandiri Fault. And that active fault, the earthquake fault, it just runs through near Gunung Padang. So I have high resolution topography data on that area, the digital DTM also. So I noticed the landscape anomaly, the topography of the Gunung Padang is like different from the surrounding topography, very like stand out.
Right.
So that's the first time I noticed that. And then I know that on top of that, on that hill, there is a megalithic site. So it is interesting. So I just came to the hills and I found it interesting. And at that time, I also bring with me like a ground penetrating radar, the geophysical equipment. So at the first, I just try it, and the result is like, I think it's something peculiar about this underground structures. So that's how we start.
For us people that are not a geologist, and for people that really don't understand how you determine an age of a site or age of, because if I went to Egypt and go, oh, it's old, but I would never even know where to start on how to determine the age. How do you determine an age on something like this?
But before I answer that, I think the first thing that people has to understand is the physical evidence, the structures, the stones.
Right. So
that the piles of the stones behind you in the background of yours, not single of them is a natural formation. All of the rocks here is a man-made structures.
Yeah, they don't look just natural.
No. Even you are not geologist, you should know it because it has been piled up, and the geometry of the site there's nothing natural about it. It's a man-made. Like this one also. How could people say natural formation?
Right.
This is the one that you're showing here. It's really, really a dispute. That's a real dispute. So, like a couple researchers in Indonesia, the archaeologists, think this is a natural formation.
They think that, wow.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. I mean, really?
That'd be like going to Easter Island and saying that was natural formation.
So that's really a major point. If people accept that as a man-made structures, that will, the controversy should not be exist. And now the carbon dating. The carbon dating that we use is a common method. It's a carbon dating. This is my everyday life as a paleoseismologist and earthquake geologist. You always date the layers that connected to the earthquake by the carbon dating. The carbons, so we date the layers based on the remnant of the living stuff, the bioorganisms and roots and stuff on that layers. So we take the samples. In Gunung Padang, what we took is the the soils that contain the carbons on the rock structures. And also, like one structural layers, it has a foundation that has a gravelly, sandy soils, which also has a carbon content on it. So that's what we took and we did. So if you see this Gunung Padang now, this Gunung Padang, the youngest layer is like 3,000 to 4,000 years old, and after it's constructed, it has been abandoned. As you see here, there's lots of trees here. There's lots of grasses.
Right.
Before we opened the site, the mound is just full of trees, like a big trees. So this natural process it has happened several times. So in simple, the core of the hills is the natural rock formation, the massive lava andesite, and then it covered by the first layer. We call it the Unit 3. That's the age is like 16,000 to 27,000. Wow. But after the construction, it's abandoned for thousands of years. So in that period, it should be lots of trees, lots of grasses, right, all the things that giving leave the carbons on it. And later on, in the next period, in about like 8,000 years ago, after it's abandoned for so long, then people constructed the new layers, the Unit 2, yeah. But then after that, it's abandoned again. That means the right, trees and grasses is like recover the sites again. So that's how all that carbons left on the structures. So that's how we did the layers.
I know in Machu Picchu, I've heard this before, where a lot of the rock structures were not even rock from that area. It was from a different location. It's like even the pyramids of Egypt, more than likely they didn't bring that rock from local. They said it was. Does this rock match the rock layers around that area, or is this a different rock type? No. The columnar rocks, it's not on this area. So wow. There is no columnar rocks in the deep, and also there's no columnar rocks in the surrounding area. Wow. So, and they said it was natural formation.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it's being from outside. There are similar rocks like 50 kilometers away, but we still don't know whether it's the same rocks that they use for Gunung Padang. So we still don't know.
Has there been people that were skeptical, other archaeologists skeptical that you actually changed their mind once you brought them there, or they did their own research and they finally agree with you, or at least agree on some things?
That's the beauty of it. Every archaeologist that I bring to Gunung Padang is never really disputed, so they understand, they agree with me. So.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's good because this location, like we both agree that, a lot of people didn't even know about this and location. And are you finding other sites similar to this in the area, or is this kind of a one of a kind for this particular area?
There is another pyramids near this area, like 60 kilometers away. But the rocks are different.
Oh, they're different.
And that pyramid hasn't explored yet. So even myself hasn't been go there because it's so remote. Like it need a day to go there by also a few kilometers walk also. So it's not easy to get to the sites. There are lots of sites in Indonesia that has not been explored yet.
That's that's what I love about our world, that even though we've been doing archaeological research for hundreds and hundreds of years, that we're still constantly finding new discoveries, and I love that about this field. And many people think that if your dating is correct, What does this say about the capability of humans, or perhaps unknown cultures during that time period? Do we know who these people were? Because like in Egypt and there's tombs or burial grounds. Have you found anything like that? Or do we know the people that lived here or even lived around that area?
No, we still have no idea.
Really?
Who are they. Scientifically, yeah. But they're capable. I mean, looking at the rock structures, it's just like, it's a pyramid. They have to have like masonry skills, high masonry skills to build such structures, because they also have chambers, big chambers inside it. It's a tunnel. So
you said there are chambers?
Chambers, yeah.
Have you dug into these chambers yet?
No, not yet. We have a borehole, and
Right.
it goes into one of the chamber, and we lose lots of waters on it, like 30,000 liters of water just pouring into the ground. So we know there's a void in that. And we have a very good scanning of geophysics using the resistivity, the seismic tomography, that I think it show the chambers very clearly. But we haven't really get into that. And luckily, starting next month, the new research will begin, because the government is planning to, restore the sites. So we really have to know about the site, because we'll reconstruct the site. So we plan to have a drilling this time, like a big drill, go through the chambers, to the chambers, and also we'll have lots of excavations next month, hopefully.
That is exciting. That is very exciting. And I was going to ask you about that, how the government, archaeologists and their skepticism, but how did the government, it sounds like they're on board now to at least do more research, but how long did it take to get the government involved in their support?
Yeah, I think thanks to the new Minister of Culture of Indonesia, he's very open-minded. So even the senior archaeologist is still resisting to continue research, but he said, no way, we have to continue the research to make it clear. So he just decided to, conduct the real research and restoration in Gunung Padang. So it's good.
No, that is good. So are they helping fund your research?
Yeah, for the next month program, it's funded by the government, and the chief of they call it the restoration, not the research, but restoration. We'll restore the sites. But before restoration, it has to conduct the research first, right? Investigation. And the archaeologist who lead the research is Ali Akbar, Dr. Ali Akbar, and he's on my team.
Wow.
He's the one of the author of the paper, so it's good on him. So he will lead the excavation in Gunung Padang.
I love to hear that. But when you say restore, how do you know what to restore? Because a lot of time, I know when I went to Mexico and we went to some of the sites down there, they showed what the pyramids looked like before, and you're like, well, they definitely did a lot of work to restore it. But how do you know what to restore for this site?
That's right. Before we'll restore anything, we have to know what we're going to restore in Gunung Padang. So I think it is different in Gunung Padang. What we see here is rock terraces on top of the hills, but the rock terraces is probably going downhill, but it has been destroyed because people use slopes for agriculture, or, and also the loss of trees grows on it. So we can restore that. We can restore the youngest layer. And the second thing that we can do in Gunung Padang is make like excavation dig to show people the older layers, unit 2, unit 3. So the restoration mean here is like making the exhibition of the sites. I think my idea how to make the Gunung Padang like better for people to have fun and learn something.
Has this opened doors for people, tourism, of people wanting to come see this? And it sounds like,
Yes.
Is this pretty remote? Is it a pretty remote location?
Oh, no. It's very easy to access
okay.
Gunung Padang. From Jakarta, it's like 3 hours. From the
that's not
nearest
bad.
town, it's like 1 hour.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not
Very
like
easy.
deep where you can't. It's hard to
Yeah.
reach. Okay.
And next month, when we conduct research like for restoration, people can come also to see the works. So
I definitely am going to have to. I've never been to Egypt. I need to go see this, but this is also very exciting to. I think it's. I'm going to show this picture for people that are not watching. There might be listening, but if people look right in the center, it looks like a walkway and then two pillars to walk through. It almost looks like a doorway. Yeah. Is that what you feel like? That is like a doorway, like a pathway to the top?
In the surface, people make these standing rocks and like forming the spaces, the door. Yeah. So that is unit 1. That is the youngest layer.
Oh.
Yeah, but you see the walls behind it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That is unit 2, not the same age. That is unit 2. And that unit 2 goes down beneath the grass.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So the grass and soil is very thin. It's like 10 to 15 centimeter. But beneath it is a solid rock. It's unit 2.
So do you think the Great Pyramid, it wasn't built in a year. It seems like they continued to build on it. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Like, how, you think 26, do you think it took 500 years to make or to complete? Or what's your theory on the completion of this? Or have you gotten that far yet?
No, it depends on the assumption how good they are, right?
Right.
And the tools. If they only have a simple tools, then it will need lots of time. I don't know how many years, tens of years. But if they are like as good as us, maybe faster.
Yeah.
If they are better than us, then much faster. Yeah.
Well, definitely, some people have thought about the technology, just like the Great Pyramid. It's like it was hard to believe to build this structure with just hands and wood and tools. Right. What is your theory on the technology that they use? Because that would take a lot of work, a lot of people to build a site like this and to create these pillars. That's a lot of chiseling.
Yeah, I think lots of people is still, close our eyes to the evidence.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the evidence everywhere. The megalith,
yes,
the Baalbek, the pyramid in Egypt, the pyramid in Mayan, lots of great megaliths that we wonder how the hell they made it. How the hell they bring the stone that 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Or even the Machu Picchu, So, I mean, that all the evidence show really clearly that the ancient has a technology is perhaps as good as us or even better.
Wow.
Because even us now, I don't know how to make a pyramids like that. And in Indonesia, in Central Sulawesi, there are lots of as a megalith also, it's like Easter Island, but it's made from granites. And it has also a jars, like a big jars made by granites, like a cylinder jars. And it's like a perfect cylinders, and they make a hole in the center of it,
right?
Like a perfect circle, like that. It's a granite, and the diameter is 3 meters.
Wow!
And I'm geologist. I know that rock is very hard and it's very, very difficult to cut that. So it's impossible if they don't have things like a laser or diamonds with the chains like us now.
Right.
it's almost impossible to make that artifact. So,
can you, for people that again that are watching, and for the people that are listening, I'm going to show a picture, and what it is, it's a bunch of these like pillars. It's pillar shaped. Can you tell me how tall that pillar is? Because I could say, that's maybe 2 feet.
Yeah, it's not that tall. I think it's about 1 meter.
So 3 meter, 3 feet, around
from
3 feet.
Yeah.
But still, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to create these pillars.
The unit one is not that advanced, but it's still lots of work because one of the pillars could weigh like a couple 100 kilograms.
Wow.
So it's lots of them.
And wow, that's amazing. And so, for some believers, Gunung Padang have been served as more like a megalithic site, possibly a sacred place, or even an ancient technological structure. But based on your evidence, what is your perspective that you feel that this site was?
Okay, so it's the fact that Gunung Padang has been built, abandoned, rebuilt, abandoned, built, rebuilt, abandoned, like 3 times at least. So that means the ancient knows, the ancient think that this is very important site. There's something very important inside it. And I just suspect that things that is very important, they make it like a very most valuable. It's a chamber. It's a big chamber inside it. So I think that's the secret of the Gunung Padang. I don't know what's in it, but I think it's very, very. It's very worth. I mean, they think it's very, very important. So that's why they keep building it over and over again for thousands and thousands of years. And for now, for the present time, local people and many people from all religions think that Gunung Padang is like a sacred place. They do praying here, they meditation and stuff, and they think Gunung Padang has like a good vibration, frequency, something like that. So,
I know you're, a scientist or professor, and I'm going to just throw it out there because this is truth be told, and we talk a lot about UFOs and paranormal and all this stuff.
Yeah. I'm also spiritual.
Well, is there a lot of UFO sightings in that area, and do you feel that there might be a connection? Like I said, you don't have to go there because I know some people go, I don't want to touch that subject, but a lot of people think these technologies in Egypt and Göbekli Tepe and all that stuff are helped by a superior being. What is your thoughts on that? And is there a lot of UFO sightings in that area?
I never heard about a UFO sighting in this area, but in my hometown, there's some sighting. So I don't know about that. But in my perspective, I believe in UFO, in aliens, but I have my perspective, maybe different from others.
Right.
Different term. And I know they are very, very smart. Yeah. Even in the religious books, actually, it's connected to, they're talking about UFO also, aliens.
Oh, wow.
But the thing is, it's just different term. What the other people call alien in the Quran, in the Bible, in the Torah, different term. But it's the same, I would say.
Yeah.
I think. But the thing is, even they are very clever, but human being is very clever too. It's not less than them. So.
Is there like a role, like the Sudanese legends and oral histories play in interpreting the site?
Most of the people here relate the sites to the history that they know. So the king of the ancient Sudanese is called the Prabu Siliwangi, the king of Siliwangi. So they always relate Gunung Padang to that king.
Okay.
And also where there's a local, a local legend also related to Gunung Padang to some ancient kingdom stuff, but nothing very clear about that. So.
Yeah, I'm always curious on to local legends to see how people feel about it. When you said 2010, 2011, well, now it's going into 2026. Technology definitely has changed. How has these technologies, changing, helped with your research?
Yeah, in terms of technology for scanning geophysical, it's not that much change. I mean, resolution maybe is getting better, but not much. I mean, the seismic tomography is still not that different from 10 years ago.
Really?
The resistivity method also is not that different. So,
yeah, I'm surprised in that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You're asking that question. It kind of stuck me because it's not that different from 10 years ago.
Cars have changed, phones have changed, computers have changed.
Yeah.
But that's
there's some new method that developed, but no, it's not that much. It's not like breakthrough.
Well, before we wind down, I do want to ask about, Gunung Padang if this is truly one of the world's oldest pyramid or Megalithic structures, what does this mean for your understanding of human civilization timeline? Because this can change history.
Oh yeah. I would say that. I mean, for me it's obvious. I don't know for other people, but I'm a geologist. I know Homo sapien has been living for 300,000, and Neanderthal is living for even older, like 400,000 years ago. And the history we know is 11,000. Yeah.
Right.
Since the beginning of the agriculture for our civilization.
Right.
And do you really think for, what is that, more than 300,000 years, there's nothing happened? No population growth, no cultures growth, and only the human being the Homo sapiens 200,000 years ago, it's just like us. There's no change in brain, in the physical. It's just like us. So I think they are as clever as us, I would say. Physically, it's the same, yeah. So, and also our religion also told us that we are not the first civilization. No. Quran, Bible, Torah say that our civilization is after the flood, the Great Flood.
Right.
Yeah. Before that is the lost civilizations.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It baffles me when I hear, and I'm not getting to the religion, especially like Christianity. They say that there were no dinosaurs and it's only a few thousand years old, and I'm like, there's so much evidence around the world to dispute that, but but
Gunung Padang is actually it's like I think it's the beginning that we sooner or later we're gonna accept that there's a lost civilization. I mean, Göbekli Tepe alone, it's already shaking the foundation of the established belief, because the Göbekli Tepe is 11,600, and our civilization began 11,000. So it's 600 before our civilization started, and now Gunung Padang is even older. And as you know, the Gunung Padang is not our only discoveries. There's other things that even bigger. This year we will start a large expedition, not just Gunung Padang, but many other sites, including the site is underwater in Java Sea. Yeah, we discovered the harbor, the ancient harbor, 60 meters depth.
Wow. When was this discovery?
Oh, I discovered it a long time ago. It's like 13 years ago. But I kept it secret for so long, for 10 years. But now I think it's the time. I will Well, I spoke to people trying to get some fund to explore deeply, but I couldn't get that. But until now, there are people who will fund our exploration. So I think we're gonna bring that. It's very good. It's very clear. It's a harbor, big harbor, 6 kilometers long, wide,
Wow.
60 meters below the sea level. And it's not just only one. There's also a dam and a bridge also underwater.
I can't wait to.
So
we're going to have you back one of these days once you start getting down there and hear more about it. This is, like I said, I'm a little jealous that you get to do these amazing things and discoveries. I wish I was the fly on the wall to be a part of it. It sounds amazing. And and that actually leads me to my really last question: is what's next in your research? But you answered that, and what discoveries that you hope to make. And it sounds like you constantly are finding new areas to focus on, and I appreciate that.
Sure.
So how do people go ahead? I'm sorry.
So my next projects for the next year will continue the Gunung Padang, as we said, next month, and then we'll continue our research the new discovery, the pyramids in Tobal Lake, also. And on that central Sulawesi, where we have vast megaliths from the granites, this year we will conduct radiometric date, but not using carbon dating, but using cosmogenic dating. Wow. We have a collaboration with our colleagues from France, from the universities, to conduct research together. That's it. We'll have a big project.
I love how he said, "That's it." You're like, "That's it." No, you definitely doing a lot. And like I said, I appreciate you, and I know my audiences appreciate you. How do people follow your work? I know you say you're not a big presence on social media, but how do people follow your work to find out more information about your discoveries?
Yeah, up to now, I'm just writing my activities on the Facebook, very little. But after this, I'm now forming the new organization for this project. We call it the Sundalandia Discovery Project. So this project will have a website. So after the website form, I think it's gonna be lots of information on it.
Well, I'm going to try this again. Professor Dr. Danny Hilman Natawidjaja. Is that right? I got it.
Great.
But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I really want you to come back. I'm going to keep in touch and find out more information, what your discoveries at your harbor and other discoveries that you're making in the future. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We appreciate you. Please follow Professor Danny, Professor Dr. Danny, and follow his work. I mean, this is new discoveries that some of us never even heard about. And we appreciate people like him to go out and do the work and bring us this information of our lost world, our lost discoveries. So I'm Tony Sweet with Truth Be Told. Until next time, I'll see you next Friday right here on the Club Paranormal Network.